General Shao's revolt left Outworld's armies in tatters. We were vulnerable to enemies both foreign and domestic. That's why my sister asked me to take command. To stitch her military back together and purge Shao's loyalists within it. She trusted only me with the task.
Handsome Mermeg's pretty funny.
The soldiers, however, had little faith. They thought
hey, does this mean that Nitara's ending is gonna be Megan Fox?
And unfit to serve.
Wanna play Nitara next?
That I could fight mattered little. All that mattered was that I wasn't one of them.
Woman talking sleeping face. At least he's like a nice voice.
Their loyalty by orchestrating an epic victory over Shao and his rebels. Though the general himself escaped, his forces were smashed. For as long as I am able, I will lead the Empress's armies in defense of Outworld. Through strength, we will achieve peace.
Okay. That was like whatever.
Though worried about how the public might react, I met with Baraka to discuss his Tarkatans. Speaking from his heart, he moved me.
Oh.
I agreed to visit his colony
and I
fell
in love.
How his people lived. The conditions were atrocious. This was one of my mother's few mistakes. Like all Outworlders, she treated Tarkatans with scorn. What they deserved from us was compassion.
Vote Mileena,
and the only
2023.
way to get it for them was to reveal my affliction. To show all my subjects that even an empress could get Tarkat.
COVID.
The scandal my revelation caused was intense. But with the help of Kitana and Tanya, I emerged from it a stronger empress than ever. My honesty, empathy, and resolve won over my remaining doubters. There is no longer any question that I am fit to lead the Empire.
I fucking love it!
That was like whatever. Maybe they forgot how to make cool endings.
Until recently, I hadn't met Li Mei, but I had heard the stories. How the Umgadi's matron superior blamed her for not preventing Emperor Jared's murder. How she quit in disgrace.
I didn't pay
rather than
any
accept
attention to
punishment.
that during the story mode.
But those stories didn't fit the woman I now knew. Li Mei would never have been so negligent. Eventually, I uncovered the truth. The failures and mistakes which led to the Emperor's murder, they resulted from poor decisions made by the matron superior themselves. They made Li Mei their scapegoat.
Oh my god, wow, what a great review.
When the Empress found out, she wanted the Umgadi disbanded. But I convinced her that it could be reformed. To make sure it did, she put me in charge. I am humbled by this sacred responsibility.
These endings are so boring.
My sisters, they are my life. I will not let them be brought down.
I beat the final boss and then went back to my job. Boring.
To elude capture by Empress Mileena,
Okay.
I joined Havik's crusade in Sido.
Look at his art.
There, I summoned more magic than
Whoa.
I thought possible, and
Egypt.
drowned out the old regime. Havik's longed-for anarchy had been achieved. He was
Order
more
realm
than
finally
satisfied,
on screen.
but I was left empty and broken. Had I been satisfied as Outworld's High Mage, not let myself be tempted by Shang Tsung, a great city would not now lay in ruins. I've caused devastation,
You gonna cry?
ended thousands of lives, all because of my blind ambition. I've betrayed
Sex
my
tape.
oath, my sovereign, and my realm. These high crimes merit punishment, and I'll accept whatever the Empress gives me. My only ambition now is to one day be forgiven.
I'm sorry. This is my ending. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright, that one was whack, but better than the other three.
After escaping Lei Chin prison, I was hounded by the Imperial Police.
Not the
I needed a
police.
place to hide and to recuperate.
He's already
While I
there.
plotted the best way forward.
Blank
I knew
ops.
the remote canton of my youth would be perfect. To escape capture, I traveled by sea. Little did I know.
Oh shit,
that
the
a
Titanic!
gargantuan storm was brewing. My tiny craft was smashed apart. I closed my eyes, waiting to drown.
Remake Titanic with Shang Tsung
hoping
and
that the
Kenshi.
Netherrealm wouldn't claim my soul. But when I reopened them, I found myself not in hell, but on a deserted island. From its ruins, I could tell that great sorcerers had once lived there. In the caves beneath the ruins, I found what I can only describe as a well of souls. Once I learn how to wield its power, I will become invincible.
Okay. Cool, I mean, better than the others. Alright, it should be good.
The battle had been lost, but the war isn't over.
What battle?
I won't stop fighting until I take Outworld's throne. That they thought Lei Chin prison would hold me is laughable.
It's a cool voice.
Once free, I began planning my next campaign.
Campaign.
I would need an
that a dev?
unstoppable army to
The guy in the middle?
overthrow Mileena.
He does a dev.
Unfortunately,
That's an animator.
most of my former soldiers lacked the courage to rally to my standard. Rebuilding my army would require finding new recruits. And that task is proving easier than expected. Outworld's golden age has left more than a few behind.
Alguien got political.
Without hope, without power, they eagerly heed my call to tear down Mileena's government.
Government. Shao 2023. That's another idea.
As the darkness enveloped me, I took a long last look at my family.
She
I did not
died.
expect
In the
to see
ending,
them
she
again
died.
until their souls joined mine in the living forest. But miraculously, my beloved husband delivered me from oblivion.
I'm
Though
blind.
he couldn't save my body, Jared had preserved my soul.
Handsome
Like him
Ermac.
and countless others, I am now a part of Ermac. Yet ours is not a peaceful repose. The collected souls within
Repose?
Ermac have their own needs.
They
and
keep using
agendas.
big words.
Before we can speak as one, we must first reach consensus. I had thought, as the former rulers of Outworld, I and Jared would hold sway. But here we are.
You're
two
interrupting the
souls
content.
among many thousands, fighting for the right to be heard. And if
Wow.
there is one
Hey, is that
thing
the guy
we
from
do
The
well
Witcher?
together, it is fight. We
Confirm.
will win the right to govern Ermac as we once had governed Outworld. And we will rule for the benefit
Why? They're
of
green.
all.
Hey, maybe Ares lives inside Ermac. I solved it. Oh, I fucking solved it, finally. Alright, bring back everything.
With General Shao freed from prison, we began raising a new army against the royal
Hey, this
family.
reuse assets!
Though many were eager recruits, few were good at soldiering. It was so bad, the general was forced to change tactics. He decided that we needed a doomsday weapon. That weapon
Oh
is an
my god, yes!
Onaga.
They gave us
the
what we
Dragon
wanted.
King.
Who's that in the back?
The general told me the old legends were true.
They just dropped Onaga in one of the endings.
To defeated Onaga, trapping him deep inside Mount Sagan. The Dragon King is still there today, His pent-up fury waiting to be unleashed.
Who was just there? Mount
Because
Sogma?
Naga is so dangerous.
Damn, look at him!
The general wouldn't risk trying to tame him before. But now, he feels we have no choice. Though I likely won't.
Why
survive,
put him in an ending and not in the story? It would have been
gladly.
way
I
better
can
in the
think of
story.
no greater honor
Instead
than
of
to
that
give my life
timeline
in the
bullshit.
general's service.
Damn.
Were it not for my godly counterpart, I would not have survived the battle against Titan Shang Tsung. Meeting him, though, raised questions. Why did I replace him in this new era? Why was I made mortal?
Oh, he knows.
Lord Liu Kang told me of his Raiden's nobility and righteousness, about his steadfast leadership in the defense of Earthrealm.
What a bitch voice.
He also told me about Raiden's dark side.
That Shinnok.
How he could be consumed by rage and cast aside the rules he otherwise lived by. Making me
And how he had a better voice than me.
Such anger was to keep me from following in his footsteps.
That's why I have a bitch
Though
voice.
I understood the reasons why, I felt I had been done a disservice. To survive the coming battles, I may need the edge that only great rage can bring. As the Shaolin couldn't aid me, I sought out someone who could.
Is that
Someone to stoke the fire
who's that?
within me
Whose girlfriend is that?
and teach me to master it. For this, I could have no better teacher than the Shirai Ryu's Grand Master.
Ryu. Oh, that's it? Well, that was interesting. Why not do that in the story?
My loyal partner had warned me. Reclaiming my power as Keeper of Time might have unforeseen
Unlock 10
consequences.
endings.
In this, as in most
Half-Life reference.
he proved prescient. The
Unforeseen
process I had undergone
consequences.
did irreparable harm to my body. Taking back my power had cost me my immortality.
Oh, you're gonna cry?
While my lifespan would still stretch across eons, I would one day perish. And if the war with Titan Shang Tsung taught me anything, it is that this timeline is not safe without a protector. Yet I had never given thought to choosing a successor. Who is it that could replace me and protect my new era?
Me. Messi.
The answer, of course, is Geras. Tireless and meticulous, he is perfectly suited to be entrusted with this
Look, that's
grave
Cassie Cage.
duty.
Right.
And no one knows better the temptations of the hourglass. I have no doubt he will be above them.
Okay.
Since this whole thing kicked off, I'd wondered why Liu Kang chose me to be a champion. I mean, sure, I was killing it as a martial arts star, but it's one thing when it's all for show. It's different when you're playing for keeps. Then Liu Kang let me in on his master plan. He wanted the masses to know about the world beyond them, the one filled with gods and monsters.
That's concept art in the game.
To tell them about it. But I knew revealing the truth all at once would be too shocking of a plot twist for most.
Look at that merch.
That's why I pitched doing a bunch of stories, to slowly get people used to it.
Let's go to Warner Bros.
And if there's one thing I can do, besides kick ass in combat, it's build a cinematic universe. I'm serving up movies, streaming series, games, you name it.
Games.
I like
I
that I'm
hate his
doing
voice.
public service. And it doesn't hurt that I'm making
Onslaught!
movies. It's the
That
kind
game
of
sucked.
synergy that would make any studio
Fucking
proud.
Onslaught! Onslaught! They made Onslaught just to put it in this ending. That was funny.
It was inevitable
Look
that
at
the
the
Shaolin
subtitles.
masters had me join them.
Look at that face,
They
that
knew
shit-eating
just how
grin.
much future initiates could learn from me. Shujinko was one of my earliest.
I know who that is.
His ability to absorb anyone's powers and skills was amazing. With the right training, he could become our greatest champion. I knew that I alone could give it to him.
I don't like this voice either.
But as his proficiency grew, so did his ego.
Oh no, they're doing this in an ending.
And his power, Shujinko became a threat to
This could have been the story mode.
He hadn't learned humility because
I'm so pissed off.
wasn't the one who could teach it. I should have listened to Raiden's warning and not tried to train Shujinko alone. After he was subdued,
he died.
Shujinko's accumulated abilities and memories were taken from him. He is once again a new initiate, ready to begin his training.
You know who should train Shujinko?
Raiden and I train Shujinko together.
No, not this.
He will become
Kirby.
the champion he is destined to be. And I will fulfill my duties.
You gonna cry? Look at that face.
And cooperatively.
Me? I should train Shujinko. Alright, that was cool. What the fuck? I clicked it. Alright.
Kuai Liang and I were working hard to build a new clan. But even with the help of his close friend Harumi, it was difficult.
Close friend?
The biggest problem was finding the right initiates.
I like that term, close friend.
Then, one night, while walking outside Harumi's compound, I was attacked. I thought at first it was a Lin Kuei assassin.
Damn, look at this art.
But his strikes were too uncertain, too angry. My attacker, it turns out, was a boy. Homeless and hungry, his assault was born of desperation. He needed money so that he could eat.
Money. He should have made a website.
Like looking at myself 15 years ago. I would have ended up just like him if the Lin Kuei hadn't taken me in. So I took the boy to Kuai Liang, who also appreciated his fire.
Scorpion doesn't have the scar.
First initiate. The boy's name? Hanzo Hasashi.
Oh! I clapped. I know what it is. There he is. I like that ending. I like that.
No sooner had Titan Shang Tsung been defeated than Bihan and his loyalists hunted us down. Outnumbered, we fled to Japan.
Japan!
There, we sought refuge from an old family friend. As children, we played together. But Harumi Shirai was a woman now, the head of her clan. Her strength, beauty, and intellect awed me.
Simp.
Also incensed by Bihan's betrayal, Harumi agreed to help me forge a new clan, one that would stand against him and defend Earthrealm. Her aid proved invaluable, and as time went on, we grew closer. To honor Harumi and pay respects to my new bride, I named the clan after her, calling it the Shirai Ryu.
Ryu.
Now the battle against my brother begins in earnest.
Hey, put her as
the
DLC.
Ryu won't rest until Bihan is defeated.
Woman with sword.
And Lin Kuei's honor restored.
Look at that, Sub-Zero. Star Wars! That was cool. Cool.
After fleeing Outworld, I hadn't expected to return. But then, I also hadn't expected the new Empress to make me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Handsome Ermac.
To thank me for helping stop General Shao's rebellion, she asked me to be her emissary to the Zaterrans.
Politics. Look at that!
Bearing the seal of the royal house, I would show, once and for all,
Reptiles with
that
shirts.
my mutation wasn't to be feared. That it wasn't a source of shame. To my surprise, I was welcomed. But those warm smiles hid a dark secret. I stumbled upon a trove of official records.
That's me
that showed that my
getting the
ability isn't unique. Many Zaterrans are born with it, but are
bills.
killed by their government to keep it from spreading.
Fucking government.
Who started this barbaric policy?
This game got woke.
Who is now enforcing it is unknown. But I will find out. And I will put an end to this madness.
Okay. What's okay? Okay ending.
Though the barriers between timelines had been rebuilt, there was no question that they could again be broken. Protecting this timeline would require eternal vigilance, so that it could not fall victim to further outside aggression. But nothing in my countless lifetimes had prepared me for this task. In none of them had multiple timelines ever coexisted.
Getting one of those wheels to spin with
Monitoring
stuff.
them for threats was an entirely novel problem.
That could be
It
cool.
would require a novel solution.
I would do that instead of a ball.
I discovered that though the timelines no longer touched,
reuse assets for the other
their
ending.
meeting had left them intertwined. I can now secretly surveil all timelines, keeping watch for potential danger.
Hey, can you choose the one that's the most fun?
Pleases me
Or
to
Inquisitive?
do this service for the new era. Lord Liu Kang may rest assured
became the Watcher.
that it is secure.
They love to copy Marvel. Alright.
As her reign began, Empress Mileena faced many challenges.
Another political ending.
To meet them, she turned to the people she trusted. Her sister to lead her army, and me to lead her imperial police. Though I missed Empress Sindel dearly,
And I hire
was glad
Striker.
my ties with her family had been mended. But while it was an honor
Look
to be
at
made
this picture.
responsible for Outworld's internal security, I soon realized accepting the appointment
This is me
was a
trying
mistake.
to like
I'm
Invasions.
not cut out to be a bureaucrat, nor am I patient enough to navigate the
I
imperial
want to put this picture
court's
next to the Reptile one.
politics. I was at my best
Not like this.
patrolling Sundo's streets, when I could feel the city's pulse and serve and protect its citizens directly.
This ending
That's
sucks.
why I resigned my post and
Ugh.
resumed my role as Sundo's first constable.
Do you smell what
I
Limei is
end
cooking?
each day knowing I've made a difference.
Why does the Sindel, Mileena, Kitana, Tanya, and Limei, all of those endings sucked ass, dude. So boring. Maybe the same writer wrote them. And by writer, I mean AI. Whoa,
I wasn't
who's that?
looking for allies against the Yakuza, but I found one in Special
Jax?
Agent Jackson Briggs. He'd heard gangsters plotting to kill me on a wiretap and came calling, hoping I'd be his informant.
Oh,
we planned to part ways when we got the job done. But then, Shang Tsung showed up to steal Sento.
Did he die? Don't think about it.
Needless to say, Jackson had questions.
Oh, they should remake
Fine to hear that
MK
the
Special
stories in
Forces.
Johnny's movies were real. Once the shock wore off, Jackson quickly sized up the threats Earthrealm faced. To deal with them, he got his bosses at the FBI to form the Outworld Investigation Agency. When he asked me to sign on,
Men in
I
Jax?
hesitated. After all, me? A government agent? But
This
it's
music,
an important job. And more importantly to me, an honest living.
This summer in theaters, Rush Hour 4. That's funny. I was getting there.
I couldn't believe that Liu Kang welcomed me in Earthrealm, or that he thought me worthy to study with his Shaolin masters.
Hello.
After a lifetime of wishing for one, I finally had a home.
What is his accent?
But my joy was tempered as I thought about
Panama?
Serena. My shadow sister was still under Quan Chi's yoke.
Yoke?
And she deserved a life free of him as much, if not more, than I.
You kill them all people.
Quan Chi and my other
one.
sisters proved tenacious, but they were no match for my blade. I snatched Serena from them. Then
Hey,
Liu
that's a
Kang
stage
helped
from
me
X.
break Quan Chi's spell. Her mind free of his influence for the first time in years, Serena chose to join me in Earthrealm. My sister and I once again fight side by side. Only now we do so for Earthrealm. Together, we have formed the Order of Light.
Okay. Cool. Let's listen to the best voice actors of this generation.
Quan Chi's plot collapsed. Along with it, my plan to secure new beings to feed my starving people. Because I'd advocated for partnering with him, I was held responsible. If I didn't seize for Viternus' new feeding grounds, the Coven would banish me. But then, I had a revelation. I didn't need to conquer realms to feed my people. I simply needed to capture enough beings to breed them. Once they multiply, Viternus will have a limitless, renewable source of food.
Hey, this is just the Matrix.
And I only need a few thousand to start.
Worldwide meats.
A number so small compared to the billions in the realms that no one will notice as people go missing. But it will be more than enough to establish our breeding stock and feed a ravenous Viternus.
This game sucks!
Well, I think that took a lot of effort out of her to say all those words.
Quan Chi's defeat had cost me everything. For months I had furthered his plot, and now I had to start over. Saido's people were still in chains. That's when Rain approached me. On the run from Empress Mileena,
It's
he was
a
desperate
rehash
for help. And though I
of his
had my
ending.
fill of sorcerers, this one was different. I agreed to provide him safe haven. He agreed to help topple Saido's government. And topple it we did. Rain summoned a wave so fast, so powerful, that it crushed the capital. Saido's fascist rulers were swept away. My people are finally free. They can chart their own course, needing only to follow their own desires. Their lives are now blessed by anarchy.
Cool. Alright. Unlock Motaro.
While the regime had changed, little else
The regime.
had. My people still suffered in silence, ignored.
He
by
gotta
the
find a
rest
cure.
of the world.
Baraka founded
Now I knew
Pfizer.
Empress Mileena's secret, that she was also afflicted with Tarkat. If anyone would help, it would be her.
What a funny
But
voice.
how to get an audience? Syzoth. He was the Empress's new emissary to the Zaterrans. I asked him to introduce us. At great personal risk, he agreed. And as I'd prayed, the Empress was willing to meet. Even better, she would visit the colony. She was shocked to see how we lived. She moved quickly to provide for our care and comfort. Thanks to the Empress and Syzoth, we Tarkatans are no longer pariahs. Until our disease can be cured, that will do.
I thought I would find a cure. Oh, okay. I didn't play Sub-Zero?
I have broken the Lin Kuei free of Liu Kang's enslavement. We were now masters of our destiny, and could take our place among Earthrealm's great nations. But taking and holding territory would require a vast
Look at that
army.
Sumer Lin
I
Kuei
needed
warrior.
more fighters to make
Right in the
our
middle.
presence felt. Then I recalled Shang Tsung's dragon warriors. An army of them would be unstoppable.
Look at that smile.
But trafficking
Yeah, this
in
voice
such
sucks.
strong
Such a
magic
downgrade
would surely
from
draw Liu Kang's
Blum.
attention. Sector advised that we avoid detection by building our army using science, not sorcery. We've invested much into this endeavor, and we are beginning to see results. Once again proving the depths of Sector's genius.
Is that Sector?
When we are done, all of Earthrealm will honor our desires and heed our demands. If not, they will face the Lin Kuei's wrath.
Okay. How many endings did you do? All of them.